Hi, guys. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. And thank you for joining us today to share a story and do a craft and participate in our multicultural bingo. Um, this is a celebration of all the diverse cultures from our community, our country, and all around the world. First, we're going to start off with a pretty fun story. I'm going to let Mariah say a few words and then we'll get ready with our story.
Hi guys, welcome to our cultural celebration. Thank you for joining Nancy and I. We are part of the Waterloo Public Library programming team, and we are happy to be here today. I'm going to be doing the story. Nancy is going to broadcast on the screen for you, and I'm going to read it. So today we're going to read The Sneetches by Dr. Seuss. The Sneetches. Now the star-bellied Sneetches had bellies with stars. The plain-bellied Sneetches had none upon theirs. Those stars weren't so big. They were really so small, you might think such a thing wouldn't matter at all. But because they had stars, all the star-belly Sneetches would brag we're the best kind of Sneetches on beaches. With their snoots in the air, they would sniff and they'd snort. We'll have nothing to do with the plain-belly sort. And whenever they met them, when they were out walking, they'd hike right on past them without even talking. When the star-bellied children went out to play ball, could a plain belly get in the game? Not at all. You only could play if your bellies had stars, and the plain bellied children had none upon theirs. When the star-bellied Sneetches had Frankfurter roasts, or picnics, or parties, or marshmallow toast, they never invited the plain bellied Sneetches. They left them out cold in the dark of the beaches. They kept them away, never let them come near, and that's how they treated them year after year. Then one day, it seems, while the plain-bellied Sneetches were moping and doping alone on the beaches, just sitting there wishing their bellies had stars, a stranger zipped up in the strangest of cars. My friends, he announced in a voice clear and keen, my name is Sylvester McMonkey McBean, and I've heard of your troubles. I've heard you're unhappy, but I can fix that. I'm the fix-it-up chappy. I've come here to help you. I have what you need, and my prices are low, and I work at great speed, and my work is 100% guaranteed. Then quickly Sylvester McMonkey McBean put together a very peculiar machine, and he said, you want stars like the star-belly Sneetches? My friends, you can have them for $3 each. Just pay me your money and hop right aboard. So they clambered inside, and the big neat machine roared. And it clonked, and it bonked, and it jerked, and it burked, and it bopped them about, but the thing really worked. When the plain-bellied Sneetches popped out, they had stars. They actually did. They had stars upon theirs. Then they yelled at the ones who had stars at the start. We're exactly like you. You can't tell us apart. We're all just the same now, you snooty old smarties, and now we can go to your Frankfurter parties. Good grief, groaned the ones who had stars at the first. We're still the best Sneetches, and they are still the worst. But now how in the world will we know, they all frowned, if which kind is what or the other way round? Then up came McBean with a very sly wink, and he said, things are not quite as bad as you think. So you don't know who's who? That's perfectly true. But come with me, friends. Do you know what I'll do? I'll make you again the best Sneetches on beaches, and all it will cost is you $10 eaches. Belly stars are no longer in style, said McBean. What you need is a trick through my star-off machine. This wondrous contraption will take off your stars, so you won't look like Sneetches who have them on theirs. And that handy machine, working very precisely, removed all the stars from their tummies quite nicely. Then with snoots in the air, they paraded about, and they opened their beaks, and they let out a shout. We know who is who, now there isn't a doubt. The best kind of Sneetches are Sneetches about. Then, of course, with those stars all frightfully mad, to be wearing a star was now frightfully bad. Then, of course, old Sylvester McMonkey McBean invited them all into his star-off machine. Then, of course, from then on, as you probably guessed, things really got into a horrible mess. All the rest of the day on those wild screaming beaches, the fix-it-up Cappy kept fixing up Sneetches. Off again, on again, in again, out again. Through the machines, they raced around and about again, changing their stars every minute or two. They kept paying money, they kept running through, until neither the plane nor the starbellies knew whether this one was that one or that one was this one, or which one was what one, or what one was who. Then when every last cent of their money was spent, the fix-it-up Chappie packed up and he went. And he laughed as he drove in his car up the beach. They never will learn. No, you can't teach a sneak. But McBean was quite wrong. I'm quite happy to say that the Sneetches got really quite smart on that day. The day they decided that Sneetches are Sneetches and no kind of Sneetch is the best on the beaches. That day all the Sneetches forgot about stars and whether they had one or not upon theirs. The end. I hope you enjoyed that book. You can check out that book at the Waterloo Public Library. It is available, and also you can check it out online. All right, I think it is time for some bingo. So Nancy, I'm going to call you back in.
Hi. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a bingo, and we are going to see how many squares that everyone can get. So let's put that up and you guys can have a look. Mariah and I are going to talk about all of the different bingo squares. And let's just have a look.
Let's see. Nancy, can you speak more than one language?
I can. Can you guess what language I can speak, Mariah, other than English?
Nancy, can you speak German?
No.
Oh, I can't either. Can you speak Russian?
No.
Well, what language can you speak, Nancy?
Believe it or not, I can speak French. I can speak a little bit of French. I took it in school, probably like a lot of you guys right now. You guys take French in school. I did too, all the way to the end of high school. How about you, Mariah?
I can also speak a little bit of French, but my mom is also a French teacher, so that's where that came from. One time at the library, I even did a preschool Discovering French program. So that is where my French skills are at, preschool French.
Anybody who's out there, if you wanted to post in our comments any other languages that you could speak, you're welcome to, and we can share them with everybody. And let's move on to another square. Let me see. Have you ever attended a multicultural event, Mariah?
No, I have attended quite a few. I attended Diwali this year, which is the Festival of Lights. That was beautiful. I have also been to a powwow, which is very cool and part of the Indigenous culture. And at the library, we also do a Chinese New Year event, which is what I have done. And I attended that this year too. So I've been to a couple.
I have also attended some different multicultural events. If anybody else feels like they would like to share that with us, they can put that in the chat as well. But I have attended a Chinese New Year, an Oktoberfest, also a Diwali event, and also today we're attending a multicultural event today.
That's so cool. Yeah, there's so many that take place in our region, and it'd be so sad to not attend them. So we're lucky enough at the library to be a part of so many of them, and we always invite you to join us at those.
And it's always so much fun to learn about all the different cultures too. So many fun activities to do and different kinds of food.
Let's see. What else do we have here? Can you name a flag with red and white on it?
Does anybody out there, do they happen to Do they happen to know of a flag that has the colors red and white on it? I'm going to think for a couple seconds. Let me see.
This is a hard one, Nancy. Are you sure there's any flags with red and white out there?
I don't think so. Let me think really hard. I know one.
Which one?
How about Japan?
You're right. And you know what? We have been so silly. The Canada flag.
Oh my goodness. Why didn't I think of that?
Seems a bit crazy.
It seems crazy. How about... Have you ever been to another country?
I think just a few. Do you want me to name them?
Yeah. Tell us about the countries that you've been to.
Okay. I have been to France. I have been to England. I have been to Greece. I have been to Italy. I have been to Wales. I have been to Turkey. I have been to Africa. Well, I've been to Kenya specifically. And I have been to Canada. And I have been to the United States. So those are just a few that I've been to. That was just a few, right?
Right. You're quite a world traveler. So I have only been to a few countries. I have only, well, Canada, of course, Canada, and then the United States. I've been to Mexico, Cuba.
Oh, I went there too.
Oh, Jamaica. I've been to Jamaica. But really, I haven't been to very many places, no.
But you've been to warm places. That must be nice.
And I know a lot of people who have been to other places have been so lucky to be able to visit other places and other cultures.
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
I think we almost have a bingo, Mariah.
Are you kidding? Who could possibly have bingo already?
I think we almost do. If we answer that origami question right in that top line there.
That's a tough one. Okay. Origami originated in which country?
Too bad I'm not able to just search Google for that today.
Huh. I have origami.
Is that a clue to something that we might be doing later?
Maybe. Only if people stick around. Okay, let's see. Where is origami from? Nancy, you might have to help us out with this one.
Is it... Well, origami, I think it means paper folding, right? Like it's a paper folding craft, right?
Yeah.
I think what I saw you had a crane.
I do.
You had a crane. So, I think, if I remember correctly, that it's from Japan.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And I bet you they are probably a bit better at paper folding than me. This was really tricky.
Oh, I can't wait to try that a little bit later. My goodness.
I don't know. It might be too hard for you.
Oh, I don't know. It might be. It actually might be.
All right. Well, I think that means we may have one bingo. Did anyone get a bingo? You can always let us know in the comments.
If you want to let us know in the comments if you got a bingo, then that would be fantastic, and we can share that with everybody. Or if you want to let us know one of the answers to one of the bingo squares that you got, then that would be fantastic as well.
All right, should we try another question?
Let's try another question.
Do you have friends or family who live in another country? Do you have any friends or family in another country?
I do. So I have some friends who live in a couple of different places. So I know some people who live in Europe, but like specifically in the UK, and I know I have family from China, and I know somebody who lives in New Zealand.
Whoa!
And the US. I also know somebody who lives in the US. My son lives in the US, actually.
Hey, there we go.
And how about you, Mariah?
Well, my fiance was born in Wales, so most of his family is still within Wales and also within England as well. So we have lots of people there. Um, we have nieces and nephews there, so we have lots of family there. Our best friend lives in the States, so also another one in the States. And we have some family friends in Ireland too. And my family originates from Italy, so we also do have some family in Italy.
Wow, you know a lot of people from a lot of different places. So you're really quite lucky, right? And with your family being from a lot of different countries and having different cultures and background, it's really it's really good, nice for you to be able to experience different food and all of the different cultures that they might bring to you.
Totally. And Nancy, guess what? We have a bingo.
We have a bingo.
James Steele has a bingo. Good work, James.
Good work, James. Which one did you guys get? Which line did you get, James?
We'll let you answer and we'll continue going. Now,
That sounds fantastic.
let's see. Think of 5 different holidays celebrated around the world.
Oh my goodness, this one is so hard. Let me see.
So hard because some holidays are national holidays, some holidays are ones where we get a day off, and some holidays you don't get a day off.
That we just celebrate them. Yeah, that we just celebrate them. So, can you think of anything, Mariah? Let me see.
Oh, good work, James. Top line.
Top line. Excellent.
Okay, so let me see. In Wales, they celebrate St. David's Day, but it doesn't get a day off. You just get to celebrate the day. And I think also in Ireland, there's St. Patrick's Day. We celebrate it here, but we don't quite celebrate it how they celebrate it. What about you, Nancy? Do you know any?
How about the Day of the Dead? And they celebrate that in Mexico, I think. And so that is in November, and it's to remember the people who were with us and who have passed on. And then how about Chinese New Year? And so that's celebrated in a lot of different countries, but it is a little different than our New Year because it celebrates New Year from the lunar calendar. So that's not quite the same as the calendar that we follow. That usually happens in January or February of the year.
And do you remember what year this year is? What animal?
I'm not sure. I think it's Year of the Pig.
Pig.
Is it Year of the Pig?
Let's see. Let's see.
So does anybody happen to know what year it is on the lunar calendar?
I have figured it out.
What is it, Mariah?
It is the year of the rat.
It's the Year of the Rat.
I don't know. I don't think I really like that year. Rats are not my favorite animal. Do you know what year you are? Do you know what your zodiac symbol is, Nancy?
I am a pig.
Ah, so
I should have known. I should have known that it wasn't Year of the Pig. It's.
I am a rooster.
Oh my goodness.
Who wouldn't want to be a rooster? All right. Should we try another one?
Let's try another one. Let's see if we can do another one.
All right. How about name a food from a different culture? Oh, I think we can be good at this.
Ooh,
We love food.
I love food.
All right. What do you think, Nancy?
So I have a friend who was originally born in the Philippines, and she used to make these fantastic little spring rolls, and they were called lumpia. So they had some beef and some noodles inside, and they were delicious with some carrots and other vegetables.
That sounds yummy. Well, one of my favorite foods is souvlaki, which is a Mediterranean food predominantly found in Greece. And when I went to Greece, I ate souvlaki all the time. It was my favorite.
Do any of you guys out there want to share one of your favorite foods that might be from a different culture? You're welcome to do that in the chat if you would like to do that. I just thought of another one. Oh, so when I went to Mexico, they had these most delicious fried dough sticks, and they were called churros. And they had cinnamon sugar all over them. They were so delicious.
And do you know how easy those are to make? All you need is flour and water. That's all they are.
I've never made them before.
So this is very funny that you bring that up. In order to celebrate Multicultural Week, my family decided that we wanted to choose one country to celebrate and have a fancy dinner. So tomorrow night, we are actually having a Mexican fiesta for dinner. So we're making a whole bunch of different types of food that are from Mexico. So that's what we're doing this weekend. And it's really easy and really fun. But we just thought it would be a fun way to celebrate this weekend.
That is a fantastic way to celebrate Multicultural Week. And would you like to try another square?
I think that's a good idea. What do you think?
Okay, how about, do you know a dance from a different country?
Ugh, I don't think anyone wants to see me dance, so I don't know about this one, Nancy. Do you know any?
How about, okay, I'm not a very good dancer either, so I'm not going to demonstrate. How about the chicken dance? No. How about the Irish river dance? So,
that's a good one.
From Ireland. So if you've ever seen the dancers, and they have very fast feet. The Irish river dance, it's kind of like tap dancing, very quick. That's the one I was thinking of. How about you?
You know, I was thinking of a very beautiful dance, and one that you often go to the theater to watch, which would be ballet, and that was created in Russia. So that's really cool. I didn't know it was from Russia. So that's a really cool dance, and it's very beautiful, and it requires a lot of skill.
Oh my goodness.
I don't have that.
So thank you so much for telling me that, Mariah. I never knew that it was from Russia. I think, do you know any other dances?
Well, only from watching Dancing with the Stars. They do some pretty cool dances on there, and I think they might do the Fandango, which is from Portugal.
Oh, there's also the capoeira from Brazil. So it kind of looks like martial arts, that kind of dance. That one is very fun to watch.
That's really cool. Does anyone know any other dances we're missing? We always love to hear about them. We don't know all of them, but we love to learn.
That's right. I'm always welcome to learn, and definitely I don't know all of the dances. That's for sure.
All right, can we try and square?
Let's try.
Let us know if you have a bingo. We want to hear if you've been able to figure out all of these tricky things. Let's see. Do you know the names of 2 other countries?
2 other countries.
Well, what do you think, Nancy?
Well, I think I do know more than 2 other countries, but
you know more than 2?
I do.
All right.
Okay. So, well, and I won't name them all, but I will name a couple. How about Korea?
Oh.
And what's another country? How about France?
That's a beautiful country.
How about you, Mariah?
I will name Wales because it's just a little place in the UK and not many people go there, but it's one of my favorite places to go. But if I was marrying someone from there, I don't think I would have ever been there. And I'm going to name Kenya because that was one of my favorite places to visit because it was such a unique place and the culture was so beautiful. So those are the two that I.
Mariah, would you like to try another square?
Let's see. Do you know sign language?
Do you know sign language, Mariah?
I don't, but I do think it would be a good thing to learn.
I think it would be when I was in grade school that I did learn the alphabet, but beyond the alphabet, I didn't know. I don't know much more than that. So the A, B, C. So, but I'm thinking that I might want to learn sign language. That's one of the things that is on my list to learn. I always like learning new things. How about you guys?
And I think it would be really useful working at the library because everyone from every different culture and everyone with every type of skill and ability comes to the library. So it would be a really great skill to have when working there.
Let's try another one. Do you know where your grandparents were born?
Yes. That one's easy.
So where were your grandparents born, right?
Both of my grandparents were born in Canada. But on my dad's side, my great-grandparents were born in Italy. James, you know ASL. That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Nancy, do you know where your parents and grandparents were from?
So that one is also pretty easy. I know that my only two languages are English and French. But my parents and both my grandparents, or all of my grandparents rather, were born in China.
Okay. When did your parents come to Canada?
So my mother came to Canada when she was only 8 years old. And so she spoke a lot of English at home, coming to Canada as a newcomer. And we never spoke Chinese at home. So, and I actually really, really wish that we did because I would have loved to be able to have that as a second language. But it's also never too late for me to learn, right? So it's never too late to learn something new. And that's also on my list with sign language, but one of the things I'd like to learn.
That's amazing. All right. I don't think we have too many boxes left. Let's see. I don't know how many we have left, Nancy. What do you think?
How about we just try this last one and then we can try to move to our craft? How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Can you name a national sport from another country? I know in Canada, we always try to claim hockey as our national sport, and I feel like it actually is. But how about a different country? What sport do you think is a national sport of another country?
Do you know any, Nancy?
How about I think that ping pong, believe it or not, is a sport. So ping pong is a sport, and I believe that it's the national sport of China.
And do you know what? I have always thought that the national sport of the United Kingdom was soccer or football, how they call it, but it's not.
I would have thought so too. Is it? Did you say cricket?
It's cricket. And that just doesn't make sense to me because my family is from the UK and I can't get them to stop watching soccer.
My family's not from the UK and I can't get them to stop watching soccer.
Oh no, this is a disaster.
So how do you feel about watching a short video and learning how to do a craft? And we're going to watch the short video. We're going to make something together. Mariah's going to show you. And I have a piece of paper ready to try to make something. Let's see if I can do it.
And we're tricky guys, so you're going to have to bear with us.
Okay, so let's get ready for our craft.
All right. All right, we're gonna bring a video up because this way you can see it. It's hard for me to fold paper and show you how I'm folding it. So we wanted to have someone who could walk you through it, and both Nancy and I will be playing along with you. So we'll see who ends up with a paper crane at the end.
We will end up with a paper crane at the end. So all you need to start with, though, we're just going to let you get started. You're going to need a square piece of paper. And if you have a rectangular piece of paper and you don't quite know how to make it into a square, Mariah's going to show you how to do that.
Yes, so I will walk you through that part. So I have two different options. I have regular computer paper, or I have origami paper. So I'm going to show you how to turn a piece of regular computer paper into the square you need. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a corner and you're going to fold it until it's in line with the other side. So your paper will end up looking like this. What you're going to want to do is you're going to take that bottom piece and you're going to want to fold it over and make a really good crease, and then crease it across with your fingers. You can also use scissors. I'm not using scissors, but scissors probably are quicker. And then once you've creased that really good, we are going to tear that piece off. And then you will have a square.
Okay.
All right, so get your squares ready and then we will start, okay?
If you guys have your squares ready, we can get started. I'm going to start a video now.
All right. All right, fold it in half, friends. Open it back up. Fold it the other way. Open it back up. Fold it side, or fold it corner to corner. That's what we'll say. And then the other way. Nancy, how are you doing over there?
So far, so good. So far, so good.
All right, let's see.
Oh my.
Oh boy.
Oh,
From being easy to being hard all of a sudden. Okay, fold up from the bottom into that middle. I don't think mine is going to be quite as pretty as theirs. They're really good at getting those lines nice and straight.
I think too that the trick with origami, that if you have nice thin paper, that sometimes helps.
I think you may be right.
I have nice thin paper, but I'm also not quite sure mine's going to look quite the same.
Woo! This is where I kind of got lost the first time I was doing it. I think you're right about the paper. Okay. I'm following. How's everyone else doing?
So I'm not doing as well. I need a little practice.
The fun thing is YouTube is really great for helping you find these videos a second time. Oh, okay. We're almost there. Oh my goodness. How are their lines so straight? Practice.
I feel like they've made this many times.
Okay. Mine has all the right features. Oh.
Oh my, mine does not.
All right, if you say so. I think no matter what, these will look like our very own multicultural cranes.
That's right. And that's the really nice thing about making a craft, that not everything has to look exactly the same, because how would it be yours if everything looked exactly the same?
Yes, and I think the more important thing is that the paper crane has a very important symbol, and the paper crane symbolizes peace. And I think a big thing for all of us to remember is that no matter what you celebrate, no matter what your background is, peace between everyone is what is important. And we need to respect and appreciate every culture in our community.
Oh, that is a very lovely message, Mariah.
All right.
So I'm going to say my crane looks more like a rectangle and less like a crane.
It is, I know how to do this part. But theirs is still much more beautiful than mine. Oh dear. Okay, fold down his arms. How are your cranes coming? Is everyone else making a crane? Does it look better than ours?
So I can give you guys something to aspire to. Mine does not quite look. Mine looks more like a duck.
You're a cute duck, though. I have a crane. Ew. I'm not sure why they're still folding. I finished. Maybe.
That is beautiful, Mariah. Would
I have a whole family now. Look at this is great. Amazing.
Amazing.
Did anyone manage to make a paper crane from that?
If anybody managed to make a paper crane or even any kind of animal, if you wanted to comment into the chat, that would be excellent.
I think frogs are really nice too. They might be a bit easier. But the symbol of the crane was the most important feature of this. And no matter what the crane looks like, we think it's beautiful.
And I think that's about it. I think we're done now. But we want to thank everybody for coming out and joining us today for our lovely story. I love that story, Mariah. I don't know. It showed that everybody doesn't have to be the same, and that we can value everybody's differences. And I want to thank everybody from the Waterloo Public Library for coming out and joining us today.
And thank you to the Multicultural group for joining us as well. We appreciate your partnership and we love working with you. So I know there's a couple other events happening over the course of the next couple of days, so check those out online. And of course, check out the Public Library. Lots of great stuff coming up too. Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye.